Hi, I'm Crystal Delvaria, and today we're going to show you how to properly sanitize and clean your machine. We're going to have my coworker Nick help us through this process. First thing you're going to want to make sure is pre-cooling and produce are turned off. Once they are successfully turned off, we can remove the air tubes. Now Nick's just going to place these on a paper towel. Once the air tubes are removed, we can take off the purple stars as well as the drip tray. Once the stars and drip tray are removed, we can begin the wash cycle dispensing the product. So you're going to want to hit the wash button and then begin dispensing product. Now you can still use this product, but we do recommend checking with your local health department with their local requirements. And if you do use it, we do recommend doing a 50-50 mix. So you're going to take 50% of this mix and add it to 50% of the new mix to allow the product to be fresh. If you do choose to keep the product, we recommend a sanitized container with a resealable lid. Now once all of the product has been dispensed, we'll just hit the stop button to stop the wash cycle. Now that the stop button has been hit and all the product has been dispensed, we can begin the actual cleaning process. Now that we've dispensed product out of the machine, we can begin rinsing it. So Nick's gonna help me take 4 gallons of hot water, it's gonna be 2 gallons per hopper, and place it inside the hopper. So again, it's 2 gallons per hopper. Once all the water is in the hoppers, we can hit the wash cycle to begin. Once the wash cycle is actually turned on, we can take the large brush and start brushing the walls of the hopper. So this is just breaking up any product that's been left over. Now Nick is going to take the smaller brush and actually clean the mouth of the inlet that's in the hopper. So making sure not to go too far down because there is a rubber elbow that's down there and you can puncture that, which will then create leaks. Now that we've cleaned the inside of the hopper and broken up all the particles, we can just wait for the wash cycle to end, which is about 3 to 5 minutes. Now during the rinse cycle, you will have to repeat this step a couple times so that when the water is being dispensed, it's coming out clear. So you can see Nick will be dispensing the product once he hits the wash button. The water will be coming out clear. This is when you know that all the product has been flushed out of the system here. So once all the hot water has been dispensed, we hit the stop button. Now we can begin to sanitize it. So you're gonna take 2 gallons of hot water per 1 packet of sanitizer, place it in there, stir it up so it's nice and mixed, and then we can begin to place it in the machine. But before we do that, you're gonna take a rag or a paper towel, dip it inside the sanitizer, and actually sanitize the outside of the machine here. So just wiping it down with a towel, all the stainless steel here. Now that we've wiped it all down, we can place the sanitizer inside the hopper. So again, it's 2 gallons, so it's gonna be 1 gallon per hopper. So again, just distributing it so that it's evenly filled on each side for 1 gallon. Now we can hit the wash cycle. You're gonna run through this 3 times so that you can flush the system and sanitize it. So while it's actually running, we can take the paper towel that we were using and so that we can rinse and sanitize the very top of the hopper. So again, this is just so that we sanitize fully the hopper and everything inside of it. As you can see, Nick is finishing off draining off the sanitizer from the machine. Once he's done draining the sanitizer, we can start disassembling the front of the machine. So he's hit the stop button, drained all the sanitizer, now we can start taking off the valve body. So just starting with the bolts here, we're gonna take this valve body off. Now once the valve body is off, we'll just disassemble all of it, the handles, the valve poles and everything at the sink. So you will get a little bit of drainage since you are loosening it here. So it is probably a good idea to actually put a paper towel there to just soak that up. Now that the bolts are off, I'm going to hand this valve body to Nick to place in the sink. Also, you're going to want to take the blenders out with the boot seals, so make sure the boot seals do come with them. And also don't forget to take the air tubes and agitators and place these in the sink since they need to be washed as well. Now that we've disassembled the machine, we can start cleaning the parts. So here at our 3-basin tub, we've got hot soapy water, hot water, and then finally sanitizer. So we're just going to start dropping the parts in the soapy water here. So 3 purple stars in a drip tray. While I'm doing this, Nick's going to start cleaning. After he cleans them, he's going to dip it in the hot water, finally the sanitizer, and then at the end he's going to put it in the drying rack. So here with the agitators, you're just taking them apart. Now with the blenders, you're just going to remove the boot seal. Drop that in. Now with the air tubes and the valve poles, anything that has the O-rings, you can buy a tool to remove it, but we find just using a paper towel to remove it is simple enough. So I will need some paper towel. Thanks. So you're just gonna take that dry paper towel, bunch it up on the end, and you'll be able to remove the O-ring. So we've already removed this one. So now with the valve body, you're just gonna remove the retaining rod and taking each handle out at a time. We're going to remove the large O-rings from the valve body here. And now we're going to remove the valve poles. So you can just use your thumb to push up on it, and then you can remove it. If you do find one that's being a little difficult to push out with your thumb, you can use the metal retaining rod to give a little leverage and push up on it. So now that the valve poles are off, we're gonna have to remove the O-rings. So again, just taking your paper towel and bunching it up at the bottom. You're gonna wanna remove the bottom O-ring on the side valve poles first so that you don't just slide it into the top slide here. Now the O-rings, just like putting it on, is going to be a little bit more difficult, but once you actually get the bottom one off, you'll be able to put those off. Now when you are putting the O-rings and any of the rubber parts in, you're going to want to inspect them to just make sure there's no rips or tears. If there is, you're going to want to replace those. If not, you can just proceed with cleaning them. So now that we have the valve body, you're just going to clean the outside with a sponge, just kind of soak that all down. But then to actually clean the openings here, for where the valve poles go, you just take the large brush, kind of clean that out. Now for the back, where the large O-rings go, there's gonna be openings there. So you're gonna wanna use the smaller brush to just clean out any of those, just to break up any product that might be stuck in there. So now that all the parts are in, we're gonna finish cleaning them, dip it in the hot water again, sanitizer, then let it dry. Now that we've washed the parts, we're gonna let them air dry. If you don't have time to let it air dry, you could use a sanitized cloth or paper towel to dry off any of the water. Once the parts are dry, we can start reassembly of the machine. If you're not familiar with that step, please refer to our assembly video.